Hello and welcome to another FX Centrum daily market analysis. For today, I will go through our cross asset list. We'll cover coffee, WTI, US 100, USD Japanese yen, pound, dollar, euro dollar, US 30, gold market, dollar index, and Bitcoin versus US dollar. And I will use our FX Centrum platform. So let's start with the coffee market first. Finally, coffee had a breakout yesterday, and we had a breakout to the upside yesterday. So as you can see here, this is the market. This is the something that I was pointing in the last a couple of weeks actually for the breakout. So we can see here at 199, almost 200 mark. We broke the tails on the daily time frame, and we broke also this 3-day balance. What is interesting here in this breakout versus, for example, this attempt or this attempt here is the position of the slow line. So as you can see on the stochastic, so you can see the slow line, this purple line here, was almost around the 60 level on the initial breakout. And on this area, it was only like 40, but here we can see that market not just it closed pretty strong near the high, which is the big difference compared to this attempt and this attempt. And also you can see the fast line spread between the fast and slow line is pretty wide, so there is a strong momentum that kicked in yesterday. So there is a potential for the upside continuation next couple of days. So 203 level is the next upside objective, and then I will say we will need to consult a higher time frame. So let's take a look at the weekly time frame. A short-term target, the next short-term target is the 220 on the coffee market. As you can see, we're building this consolidation for almost for a few months, and seems like that market is ready and that we're breaking the break of 203 or 204. Will be even bigger sign for potential, let's say, bigger rally towards 220 mark or even higher. Let's take a look at the hourly time frame. So pretty clean. Market just grinding around the upper Bollinger Band. So, we might see some natural pullback towards the middle Bollinger Band and during the primary session. But overall, I see the short-term upside continuation next couple of days on the coffee market. Now we have a WTI, so we have a crude oil. Finally, 85.90. This was our initial first upside objective back here when the market was around the 80 level. I will say that short-term idea from a few weeks ago, short midterm bullish trading idea worked pretty well. And this 85.90 was the first objective. This is a consolidation that we found here around mid-October or around end of October last year. But what we can see here is that so we had an upside, we had an up close above the upper Bollinger Band. Slow line is sloping to the upside, but it's around the 80 level. But we can see the fast line is trying to correct at this point. So the fast line is stochastic, and we have rate of change flip to the downside. So you might have some correction that is incoming. Let's say the hourly time frame. So in case of let's say for the downside correction, I will like to see the breakout of the 84.40. And this can be a sign, and the market can hold below that, so below the lower Bollinger Band and below the support level. If market can hold below this level, then there is a chance for the market to move towards, for example, 82.90 mark. The daily time frame middle Bollinger Band at this point is set around 82 mark, and the previous swing highs and some pullback low around 82.90 mark. So potential pullback can lead towards those levels. In case the upside continuation, so if we can see let's say the rebreak of upper Bollinger Band and let's say 85.80 mark and hold above that level, and we see another upside day, then the next upside objective, main objective, is all the way at 89.50 mark. So for now, we don't have a confirmation of the potential bigger correction, but we can see the consolidation that is starting an hourly time frame and Bollinger Bands are contracting. So if we can have a down break and hold below, then this will be a confirmation for the potential pullback on a daily time frame. And then US 100, this is something I alerted yesterday. So the potential for the down move, at least towards the lower Bollinger Band. You can see that market closed below the middle Bollinger Band. Market retested exactly 18,000 mark, which is also a round number. But so far, that's not the primary support. I will say that was, from my perspective, more like a temporal support for yesterday. I still see the key support short term around the lower Bollinger Band, 17,850, and this swing low around 70,750. Now, we had a fresh bear cross on the stochastic oscillator. You can see the fast line crossed the slow line to the downside. And you can see also that now the slow line is starting to slope to the downside. Fast line is already going with a strong momentum. So that's that can be an indication of the further downside movement. If we take a look at the hourly, we will see just a natural pullback. Same thing I alerted about when we had this downside move and this natural pullback towards the middle Bollinger Band and then hold this down move. Now we have this reaction towards the middle Bollinger Band, but from the other side we have previous swing lows that can act like resistance in case of another attempt for the rally and then downside move. It's also possible the market to just go from this rally and continue and retest the low at 18,000 and eventually during the primary session to try to go towards the lower Bollinger Band. And the bigger downside objective will be set all the way, I will say around 16,300 mark or 16,500 mark. But we go reference point by reference point, and lower Bollinger Band is the next reference point for the downside movement. Let's take a look at the USD Japanese yen. This is a critical 152 level key resistance. Even if we go to the monthly time frame, we can see that this market is building higher lows and it's just around a multi-month resistance. 152 is crucial for the USD Japanese yen. If we break that 152 and hold above, there is a chance for the 153, I'll say 40 to be on the test, 153.20, and then even 154, 155. You can see here the slow line is just doing stagnation and the fast line just more like a price equal time. So market went pretty aggressively from lower Bollinger Band to upper Bollinger Band, so it's taking some time for the consolidation. And then we can expect the next directional move pretty soon because we have a tight consolidation of only 100 pips. From other side, 151 is a support, so if the market will try to go downside, there will be a middle Bollinger Band already around 50.50 mark. There is also a chance for some shakeout and then for market to go higher, but 152 is a crucial resistance for USD Japanese yen. Pay attention to that level and the potential breakout. Now we have a British pound versus US dollar. As you can see, we had a down day and then one very like an up day, but very, very narrow up day. You can see slow and fast line just sloping to the downside. So I see potential for the further downside movement. We have very tight consolidation on the hourly time frame. So in case if we can break 1.2560 and hold below, this will be a potential continuational confirmation. And then the daily objective, the next daily objective will be around 1.2512 mark, and then we will have interesting pivot point around 1.2, I'll say even 380 mark. Now we have a euro versus US dollar, pretty similar scenario, so slow line. Now the difference is the fast line here is crossing the slow line, a fresh bull cross, but still the day we had just a reaction day to relative to this down day, and slow line is sloping to the downside. So here we had a down move and then some continuation move, but this one we had a rally all the way to the previous consolidation. So at this point, I will say the critical pivot level for euro dollar is around 1.0740. we can see now that market is contracting and the Bollinger Bands are contracting, so more like a consolidation is going on. But if we can see down break of this area here, then there is a chance for retest of 1.0723 and 1.0695 mark. Now we have a US 30, again, similar to US 100. We had a close below the middle Bollinger Band, fast and slow line, sloping to the downside. I see the chance for the downside movement towards the 38,760, and then the next pivot level will be around 38,500 mark. Take a look at the hourly time frame. Clean down break, consolidation, another down break, another consolidation. So this sequence is pretty loose, suggesting pretty big weakness that's going on in this area. So for the downside continuation, of course, I would like to see the rebreak of the 39,000 mark. And we have a gold market. So gold is a relative strength leader. There is no doubt about that. Now we had this neutral day, but we didn't have any confirmation for a pullback, and actually we had an up day close near the high. So it's also a sign of strength. Slow line is sloping to the upside, but fast line is pretty flat. There is a chance for the fast line to try to correct at this point, but what we have on the hourly time frame, let's take a look. So we had this attempt, and then market had a reversion to the mean, and then we had some upside movement, 4 or 5 bars. Now where market is just sidewaysing at this point, I don't see any sign of weakness at this point on the gold. So still momentum, and the short-term trend is bullish. At this point where the market is trading right now on the upper Bollinger Band, it's very important to pay attention to the previous swing highs. If they can act like support, there is a chance for even further higher prices. Maybe the next one will be 2,300 mark. Only if we see really down break on the hourly and the structure to break to the downsides, and if we can break the lower Bollinger Band, let's say if we can clear 2250 mark and hold below, and then have a natural pullback, then we can see about some pullback on a daily time frame. Because if that's not the case, there is a still chance, and momentum and short-term trend is bullish. So we have a higher chance for the upside continuation. Only if we have the down break structure, then we can think about some pullback on a daily time frame. Now we have dollar index, so we had one reaction down day yesterday, more like for the fast line to pull back towards the slow line. And here we have a slow line still sloping to the upside. It's around the 80 level. Still key resistance around 104.90 mark, 105. But let's take a look at the hourly time frame. So we had this down break. This is not particularly strong down break. So we had one bar that closed below the lower Bollinger, and the very next one was left the big tail. So it's not particularly good sign of weakness, especially because we have the recent swing high that is acting like support. So maybe if we can do some consolidation and then break the upper Bollinger Band and hold above, this will be a good sign for the upside continuation and eventual retest of 105.25, 105.50, or even 105.2075. So at this point, I cannot say that we changed and shifted structure yet. It's not something like for example here, when we have a clean down break and then natural pullback, or clean down move and then natural pullback. So here we have a down break, but more like as soon as we broke, we started sideways. That's not particularly good sign for the downside, bigger downside continuation. So yeah, there is a chance for the upside continuation on dollar index. And Bitcoin had a downside break. So this was trading idea that I posted yesterday, and the market is getting closer to our downside objective. So lower Bollinger Band and support around 62,800 and 61,500 mark. So the trade idea I posted, so market was around the 67,000 mark. Market went all the way down to 64,500 mark. And we can see here in market, you're just building more consolidation, and you can see how the Bollinger Bands contracted at this point. So another potential down break on 64,500 can be a good confirmation for the further drop towards this daily objective. I also don't see any kind of change in behavior or anything like that on hourly time frame. So some consolidation and then potential for the downside move towards our objectives can be in the play. And that will be all for this FX Centrum daily market analysis. If you didn't visit our website, fxcentrum.com, you can do that and visit we have different kind of promotions, 100% deposit bonus, FXCTV, where you can explore trade ideas every week, different tutorials, and of course, technical analysis on the liquid markets that really can help your trading and can boost your success. Also, you can open an account in just a few clicks. It will literally take you like a couple of minutes to open an account and explore our FX Centrum platform. Thank you all for listening, and speak to you soon.